Hi guys, welcome to the Esther Show. So on this show, I'm going to be having guests on the show. I'm going to be chopping it up. I want it to be about comedy. I wanted it to be about the tea, just unfiltered discussions. And you know what? I want to talk my talk. So this is what this show is about. And obviously, in the first episode, we were speaking about the whole situation that I had with Pearl, but we couldn't get everything in. So we've had to do a part 2. So I've had to bring the guests back so we can discuss this. However, unfortunately, we don't actually have Eddie here. I actually wanted Eddie to be here, but however, he had work commitments and unfortunately couldn't make it. So I've got my guests back and I'm going to let them introduce themselves again.
Hi, it's your girl Soraya.
It's Terrence.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
don't worry, women don't have a voice. It's okay.
Are we starting our smoke already?
No, I'm joking. Yeah, it's Soraya. Obviously, I haven't started my podcast yet, but soon come. It might be called Pretty Pick Me's. I don't know yet, but yeah. My Instagram is Soraya.says_. Hit me up. Over to you.
No, it's Terrence. I'm not really doing anything on socials, but my Instagram is Candy Floss Chocolate Muffin. You can follow me.
Oh, wow.
It's dormant for now, but I definitely will be active soon.
Candy Floss
Chocolate
Muffin.
That sounds like very sweet. Sounds like you just want someone to eat you, right?
Oh.
Yeah, basically that.
Well, ladies, let's put it out there. Right. So basically, this the structure of it is going to be a bit different because I do need to tell you what actually happened, and then I'll get the guests' input on it. So obviously, as I'm saying a story, you guys can feel free to just put your input in, but I do need to paint the picture and a full context for the viewers.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the mic is all yours.
Right. So basically, the second part is more, it's not really about me, it's more about Pearl's concierge.
Okay.
So obviously we spoke about Pearl kicking me out of her podcast, wanting to be the power queen. And then obviously, when she kicks me out now, obviously I'm annoyed, I'm hurt, I'm upset. So I now go downstairs, right? I go to the reception area, and basically I meet her concierge. And obviously he asked me what it is, because obviously you can see that I'm a bit rattled. And he asked me what's going on? Are you okay? And I was just oh yeah. I explained everything to him. And he comprehended the situation, and he was quite annoyed for me, whoa, how can someone invite you to a podcast to kick you out? And he made a good point. It was saying, in our culture, if you bring a guest to your house, you take care of them.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up, I don't know about you guys, we grew up your guest is coming, make food for them, make them comfortable. That's the way that we are raised to treat guests. So anyways, yeah, he comprehended the situation, and then obviously it was just I hear you. And he actually said a lot of people have come out feeling that way. So this is not the first time he's seen it, because obviously he works there. So anyways, obviously I'm not feeling the best. I'm emotional, and I was meant to be driving home. So I was I can't drive right now. And I asked, is it okay if I just stay in the lobby for a bit? And he was oh yeah, of course, relax, whatever. Because he didn't want me driving in that state as well, because I'm annoyed. And then basically I'm there relaxing now. And then he was do you know what, you're a content creator, right? Why don't you make content right now? Go on live, talk about the situation and how you feel.
Yeah.
And I was that is not such a bad idea. Which I don't think was a good idea. Now, in hindsight, it wasn't a good idea.
Yeah.
But I was you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. So I get on live now. I now basically speak about the situation. I explain everything to the audience. And basically, I actually interviewed Destiny, because when they were done, they came down. So I interviewed Destiny and then the other girl that was on the panel as well. And then even the security, I got his opinion on it. I even went on live with someone just to get everyone's opinion. Because one thing about me, I like just listening to different perspectives, because it's not just about how I feel. It's about, okay, what are other people seeing in the situation? Yeah. And obviously, the concierge's point of view, that was wrong. Because morally, let's be real, it was wrong. I mean, what do you guys think?
What, as in him telling you to go on live? As in,
the whole like
his view of
her
Pearl
even kicking me
yeah.
out. Just like a, what did you actually think about the whole situation?
I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, again, the way I would see podcasts or do podcasts very different. I can't imagine me myself being on a podcast where it gets so heated, where someone has to get out or you have to say shut the fuck up. Like, I think that firstly that shows you're not a good host anyway. Do you get what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Secondly, if you're trying to mediate situations, you don't do it like that. So yeah, I can't see myself ever being on a podcast or being kicked out of one. And if she felt like she needed to manage you better, I mean, it questions her managerial
Exactly.
skills.
I mean,
what do you think?
I understand why she did it, but I don't agree with it.
Okay.
I feel like as a host, there was a lack of professionalism in
definitely.
her approach to you. I feel like as a host, you should always remain professional. Like if you think about the Chris Rock and Will Smith situation, he kept his composure.
He did.
And it just shows that she's not necessarily a professional. Even though I understand why it happened, because at the end of the day, she's human, but still at the end of the day, keeping good relationships with people is priority. You know, it should never have got to that stage, in my opinion.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, it didn't make sense. But anyways, it happened. So anyways, I done the live and I actually posted the live on my page because I did not care. I was actually, at that point, I was just about to express myself. So I was like, yeah, I posted it on my page. That was it. And I went home. I blocked Pearl. I was like, you know what? That's it. There's no coming back from this. I've already made myself a mug going on there, and now she's violated on this level. Like, you can't come back from this no more. So it was just like, listen, blocked, never gonna speak to this girl ever again. But then when I got home, it was actually the next day. It was the next day. I actually thought, you know what, I look too emotional in that. And I was like, I don't want it to look like she can make me feel rattled, innit? And I was just like, nah, she's gonna think like, oh yeah, she really rattled me, innit? So I was like, I'm gonna delete it because I'm not, at the end of the day, I expressed how I felt, but I don't want this girl thinking I have that power to make her get into this emotion. So I deleted it, right? So bearing in mind, I blocked this girl. I now see literally the next day, she's posted my content on her page, on her YouTube, all over her YouTube shorts. I'm thinking, first of all, that is my content without my permission, and you just downloaded it.
She loves to do that. You know that. Pearl, I didn't even sign no release form, nothing. She wanted to use my face because, again, she wants to use her numbers and make money. Cool, but she loves going on people's, like, we did a Domino Effect, a podcast, and she decided to react to that to make content. Like, babes, come on, man, relax.
It's crazy.
I feel like reacting is it's still your content, but it's like you literally posted all my content. It wasn't even a reaction. You literally took my content and you posted it. If it was a reaction, I understand, you know, it's entertainment. But this is content that you have no rights to. Exactly, and it's actually violating it's right of publicity. You can't do that. You can't just take people's content. So I'm actually looking to see what I can do about that because I reported it to YouTube. Obviously, YouTube don't do shit.
This is the thing. YouTube really don't.
YouTube really don't care. So I'm actually gonna look to like take action on that because that's actually a level like you should not be able to just take people's content, especially when I've deleted it. And you're doing it without my permission. But you know what? That's what she done. And you know how she has their little heading, their caption. She captioned it, "Delusional bimbo fuming after getting kicked out of Pearl's podcast." That's what she literally titled it. And do you know what? I don't understand why her followers don't see. Do you not think they don't notice how masculine she is with her captions and stuff? That's something a man would say. You don't see a woman calling another woman, oh, a bimbo. That's a very masculine thing to do. And even if you see her other captions, it's like, feminists destroy. Only men use terms like that. And if they were smart enough, they'll actually see that Pearl is not feminine at all. She's not a woman in her feminine energy. And also she's doing things that is very feminist. Like trying to make her own money, trying to do this, you know, not married, not this, not that. Like she is technically the modern day woman. Literally. A single woman all by herself in the UK, literally ruling men.
Yeah, or running a business.
Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking, how do you guys not see that? That's a very masculine thing to do. And you like are just putting money in their pocket. You little dumbass. You lot are simps. You lot that actually put money in their pocket. You are dumb. Like, you don't actually know what you're doing. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, no woman should look up to you as a masculine man because you ain't. Who's paying?
I just hope Top G comes out and puts Pearl back in her place. Because honestly, I feel like he needs to give her some guidance because...
No, when he was on her show, they more or less agreed on most things.
No, but it's not about... He. Do you know how he will tell people, why you're not married yet?
Oh, right.
He
In
should
that
tell
sense.
Pearl, why are you not married yet? Where's your children? Where's your family? Why are you even on this podcast? Why are you wasting your time doing this and not at home cooking?
Yeah, I get that.
Do you get what I mean? Why it's exactly. Not... There's a lot of us that can agree with him, but I'm sorry, as a woman, what are you doing that's woman-like? What are you doing that's a traditional woman?
Yeah. And you know what she always does as well? She always says like the editors are the ones that edit her videos and put those captions there. But at the end of the day, it's your brand. If you don't agree with it, you'll be like, can we not change it up? You know, we don't need to be doing that, right? So that means that's the instructions you've given them to make it as outlandish as possible, as masculine as possible, just to get the viewers. So it's like, don't try and act like that's not you, because it really is. But I just don't get that for a start. But anyways, following back to the story, so let's bring it back. So obviously now I've done the live, I've gone home. And then obviously when I was doing the live, before then when I was chatting with the concierge, he let me charge my phone, innit? So I then realised I left my charger there. So obviously I blocked Pearl, innit? So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go and pick up my charger. And this was like a couple days after. So I go there now to pick up my charger. And basically I seen the concierge there, innit? And then we were just having a conversation. It was nothing like, it wasn't even a deep thing. It was just picking up my charger and leaving. And that time I literally just hosted a show as well. So she said that it was a bit late, but it's because I'm literally driving through the area. And it's a 24-hour service in terms of the concierge service. So I didn't think it was an issue. And do you know what? I have to give context to this because a lot of people, they see it as I just showed up to Pearl's house, right? Pearl records in her apartment, which I don't understand why you would do that, but that's what she does, right? And the building she lives in, it's not a conventional block of flats. It's literally, it's a flat that has a concierge, a reception. That area is a public area. For you to go to the private area where people live, you need a code. So me going to pick up my charger in the private public area, what's wrong with that?
Yeah,
it's a reception. Yeah. It's open to the public. Like anyone can come there. And second of all, no one's actually, she's not raised any complaint against me. They have no issue letting me in. It was just the literally, okay, here you go, get your charger. We were talking. Do you know what I mean? It's a public area. It's not, you don't own the whole building, you know? So it was just like, that was the context of it. So I don't even understand what people were talking about. Why did I show up to a house? Because I didn't show up to a house. I went to the building that you told me to come to, that I happened to now leave my charger to pick it up. Right. So just clearing that up, right? So anyways, I've grabbed my charger and then me and the concierge just talking, just like a little quick chat, just being professional. And Pearl comes downstairs now. She's like, oh, Esther, what are you doing here? I'm like, oh, I'm just speaking to the concierge because at this point, that's all we're doing for me to then leave. And then she was like, are you stalking me?
Oh.
I was like, what?
How did she know you were downstairs?
Exactly. I don't know. She said,
might be stalking you.
That is a good point. Yeah. She said she was walking a dog. So it was literally a coincidence. But who walks their dog at like 12 o'clock? As well, because she's saying I came in late and that's her issue. Yeah. But who walks their dog that late?
I mean, don't get me wrong, we walk our dogs late, but that's not the problem. The problem is she sounds like a delusional woman.
Oh, okay.
She sounds like everything she hates. So she's basically saying you're stalking her when you've come to pick up her your charger.
Exactly.
And she's made up her whole narrative. She sounds like them crazy women that lie upon men.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm just saying.
What did you want to say about it?
I just feel the whole thing, she's an opportunist, not in a bad way, but she's making the most of this situation. Yeah. And if she can spin a story to say you're stalking her, it just prolongs the whole situation. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, just so she, I don't think necessarily she's somebody who's calculated.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So spinning a narrative saying that you're stalking her just feeds into.
It's so
do you know what I mean?
sad,
It's
though.
so sad.
You know what's so sad?
I wouldn't say it's sad, you know.
Shall I tell you what's so sad? All for money.
Yeah.
I get, but there are people who do anything for money.
But this is what I'm saying.
Regardless of who they hurt.
Where it actually leads to when it gets real. I think it's like, you know what, you can do it for entertainment purpose, but it's when it's getting real. Now, that's when I have an issue with. So, obviously, she says, are you stalking me? I'm like, no, I'm not stalking you. I'm just talking to the security. And the security was like, oh, yeah, she's with me. Don't worry. You're calm. Like, everything's safe. You're good. Yeah. She goes upstairs now, calls down with the security, and she's like, oh, Esther shouldn't be here. Why is she here? He's confused because he's like, wait, why? There's not been any complaints made about Esther. You've not said anything about Esther. So he was like, oh, no, she's fine. Like, she's just with me. Like, basically not even is confused. Like, why is this girl wanting me to kick her out? But as soon as she starts talking like that, I was like, listen, I'm going to leave because I don't want to get you in trouble. So I leave now. And I don't know what conversation happened after, and that was it. So that's me thinking that was it. But I did think, you know what, I know what Pearl's like in it. So I was a bit on edge, like the way she said, am I stalking her? So I'm thinking, what could she end up doing?
Yeah.
Only for me to wake up the next day, I've now seen a video on her YouTube saying, crazy lady is stalking me.
Oh my God.
So she starts this whole story talking about how she was scared and she's frazzled and...
What? By a woman?
Oh.
This is insane. So imagine when a man is harassing a woman, how a woman must feel.
Yeah.
Literally.
When a woman is vulnerable to a man, how they must feel. But she's saying that about you.
And she's scared of a delusional bimbo. I'm only a bimbo, so why are you scared of me? I'm half your size. Why are you scared of me?
And we're in a country that has so many rules that you can't even touch her. You can't even physically touch her. She's scared of you in the UK. Literally. This is mad.
And now I need to play the video just so we can all see. The video basically...
I'm just saying, I feel like she sounds like the women that she claims she hates.
Yeah.
Literally.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm just saying, you know, how can she sounds very delusional, and you know, them women that over exaggerate things, get emotional, over exaggerate a situation that's not happened in their own heads, spin the narrative.
I know what you mean. But
I don't think Top
honestly
G will
feel...
Honestly, I feel like Andrew Tate really needs to have words with her because I know Top G and he would not be happy with this.
Literally. Well, anyways, she now contacts the building manager and this is what she said in this email to the building manager.
Okay. I read a strongly worded email.
Of course
I'm just going to read you a little excerpt from it. But I cannot have my concierge being friends with the crazy lady. Like, you need to do that on your own time. You're working. Today,
So no one around her that's employed can like me or even agree with anything I say just because they work in her building. She owns everything now. She's the master.
It's not even that. It's the fact that she's clearly acting emotional, Pearl, and who claims to be so logical.
Oh wait, it gets to
is acting very emotional.
It gets to the emotional bit. Let's keep watching.
Today, I went downstairs to let my dog out, and I saw Esther, the guest there, the same person who was stalking me. I informed the security guard that she needed to be removed from the building because she was stalking me. He is aware of the situation because he was there when she was removed.
So, in what capacity have you ever stalked her? You went on her podcast 3 times out of her invitation, and then you left her podcast. Where has she got this stalking me? You blocked her on socials. Where has she got that you're stalking her? Okay, go on.
Yeah.
The first time in a scene in the link above. Instead of having the stalker removed, he took the stalker's side. He then informed me that it is his opinion that she was not a stalker. I am a single woman, and I am in fear of my life. Yet security failed to remove the stalker from the premise.
She said she's a single woman and in fear of her life, but then she has issues that women in the park, walking in the dark.
Did she say that to you? That you were me tooing men?
I was me tooing men because I said that men who have an ability to harass or stalk or attack women, you know, we have laws to protect them in the UK and the US. But she's saying that I was me tooing men. She's now saying she's a single woman in fear. What does she say about men? I wonder. I swear to God, I wonder how she feels about men, really.
Yeah. What did you want to say about that?
No, I'm listening.
Oh, you make your comments at the end of the video. Okay.
The security guard said that the stalker, and also she also threatened me during that video. If you watch it, she's talking about bringing people back to do something, some magic shit. She's gonna like curse me. Like what the? Look, you never know.
Okay, let's just clarify that. She says that I threatened her. So in the live
with
video,
Juju? With Juju, yeah?
She
To be
has.
fair, you did say. I heard you say
wait,
so.
wait.
But it was just play.
That's how you know that
Yeah.
she's in black people's business so much that she doesn't know about black people. She don't know about our culture, but yet
Yeah.
you want to talk on our business so much. Right. In that live, I literally quote say, it's like I should contact Baba and they should come and deal with her.
Yeah.
First of all, English
I heard
language.
that. I heard
English language. It's like, what does that mean? It's not saying I will. It's not like I would. It's saying I wish I could. That's what it's like means. I wish I could. I would like to, but I won't. That's exactly what it's like means. It's not saying I'm going to. And then on top of that, contact Baba. Sorry, if you know about Nigerians, you know that this is the joke that we say between ourselves. The amount of time, the fact that you even know about Juju.
Listen,
Like,
yeah, because even in my culture, we joke about it. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, of course.
you
we
don't
joke
mean you're
about it.
actually gonna contact a witch doctor. It's like a thing you just say to people. Oh, don't let me call Baba on you. It's like when we even say, it's like you've been smoking igbo. You don't actually mean that somebody has been smoking weed. That's what it means.
Yeah,
But you don't actually mean someone's been smoking weed.
It's an
You're just
expression,
saying like,
innit?
are you dumb? Basically.
Yeah.
And it's like Western people, they take everything so literal.
No, but I'm still... Sorry, I just have to laugh at this. Because you said you're going to contact a witch doctor, she's fearing for her life. What,
Bro.
So does she? Firstly, I feel like you have to believe in God or anti-God. Do you get what I mean? To actually believe that these things work.
Yeah.
Secondly, Esther didn't say I'm going to physically bash her head in, which I feel like a lot of people might say about Pearl.
Exactly.
But she didn't say I'm going to physically touch you.
Literally.
Okay, go on.
So I'm just clarifying that with the audience and all the stupid Nigerians that want to be on her side and chat shit and actually be real. I was not threatening this girl. It's just a thing you say as a Nigerian. It's not a threat. I did not plan to contact no Baba. I don't know any Baba. So let's stop it, okay? Right, let's keep playing.
You might think this is an overreaction, but you never know what crazy people are capable of. Okay, sorry. He then informed me that it was his opinion that she was not a stalker. I'm a single woman living alone and I'm in fear of my life. And yet the security failed to remove the stalker from the premise. The guard said that the stalker was there to see him. Why is the stalker seeing security during business hours while security is on duty? He needs to be removed immediately as he is not protecting any of the tenants from the building. If he wishes to date security threats, he should do that on his own time and not during business hours. He's putting his hormones over the interests of the tenants. When I get back to the apartment to ask if she had been removed, he again told me he refused to remove her. I am interested in getting my attorneys involved, and I will. I'm going to go to the police with this shit.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
no, go to
because
the police.
that shit is not acceptable. So it's literally like, it is so scary to me that this crazy lady is coming to my apartment, my building,
God.
at
The
freaking-
apartment that she films all her podcasts in.
It's basically a commercial building, basically. And she says she's going to call the police, right? Why didn't you call the police?
She should have.
Why has no police contacted me? No authorities have contacted me. Why haven't you done that? She said she was going to get a restraining order. Why haven't you done that? This is how you know like it's not a genuine thing. Like, and the thing is, if you actually feel like a fear for your life and you're actually scared, why are you recording? This is real, right? You're scared.
Esther.
You will contact the police straight away. You're not going to do no video. It's like someone getting raped and getting on camera. Oh, they raped me. No, contact the police. Get someone to deal with it ASAP. That's how you know it's just for views. That was not real. It's not a real concern. And I just want to make that clear. What are you going to say?
As Auntie Jenny says, if it hasn't been reported to the police, it hasn't happened, right? Firstly. Secondly, Esther, can you please bring up what the definition of stalking is, please? Because we know the Pearl loves her statistics and her definition, and it has to be, you know. So can you just Google? Because obviously stalking, in my opinion, might be different in hers.
Okay. So stalking is defined as harassing or persecuting someone with unwanted and obsessive attention.
Obsessive and unwanted and harassing. Do you know how many times, even for the police to look into something as harassment, how many times you have to be contacted? You didn't even contact her after the podcast. You have her unblocked. You have her unblocked. So you're doing the opposite.
I can say she's more like harassing me. She's stalking me because she had my name in her mouth. How many videos of me she posted? How she's tweeting about me. She's consistently talking about me. I didn't even say anything after that. After that live video, that was it. So it's like, who's actually stalking who?
You know what? I think I'm glad that you clarified it was you picking up your charger. And the poor guy, what happened to the poor guy?
Yeah, so continuing, obviously, after this happened, she done her little video. I now contact the concierge just to see how he is, if he's okay. And obviously, he tells me he's been fired.
Jesus Christ.
That's actually so sad. So Pearl got a man to come out of his job because of her emotional behaviour that was unwarranted and delusional.
I think the crazy thing is, like, she says, oh, women, they do this and we are the problem for men. Modern women, they are always making up stories to basically put down men, right? And that's exactly what she's done. And we have to actually talk about race in this because it really, to me, is giving modern day Emmett Till. When a white woman can make up any story, use her emotions, because let's be real, if she didn't talk about she feels scared, it was not going to be taken seriously. Mm-hmm. So she can use her emotions, say whatever, I feel scared, I feel harassed. So she used her emotion to make someone lose something. Make a black man lose their job, because that's what happened in Emmett Till. The woman said she was raped by a black man, he got killed, right? That's exactly what, to me, this is the modern day version. Obviously, he didn't get killed, but he's lost his job. It was taken seriously based on her embellished emotion and literally just making stuff up when it clearly wasn't real. It wasn't a real concern because you didn't call the police. You literally went on a video, literally chatting nonsense. So it's like, that's, to me, that's what it looks like. What do you guys want to say about it?
I just think it's so sad. I honestly think it's just such a sad situation for a man who's probably providing for his family, trying to be a good man, has lost his job. And obviously when an employer asks, why did you leave? He's going to have to say he got fired for this. Like, I don't know, it's just a bit sad.
Oh, sorry, I have to add more context to it as well. She said she'd contacted the building manager saying that he was helping me stalk her. How crazy is that? And the thing is, that's why I know that it's like, it's because of the fact that she said she's scared. Because if it was just a saying, Esther came to the reception, it would have been like, oh, okay, that's cool, you know? Yeah. And it would have
She over-exaggerated, and she used her position of power, obviously, to...
Exactly. I think that's what it is. She likes controlling. She likes to be able to exert her power and say, I can control what people can say, what people can do. And it's like, no, you can't. Like, people, like, just because he's at work doesn't mean that he can't have his own opinion. Like, he didn't put your safety at risk. But yeah, sorry, were you going to say something?
I just feel like it's blown way, way, way out of proportion. Way out of proportion to a point. Like, to me, I feel like she should be able to make whatever video she wants, and because she's doing it for clickbait, and I feel like that's cool. That's what people do. But when it's affecting people's actual lives, like she's actually making complaints about you, saying, even addressing you as the stalker as opposed to your name. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Where
that's actually defamation, if anything.
Yeah, like it's actually crazy.
Yeah, no,
like,
definitely.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like she's overstepped the line, to be honest.
And she's playing victim. She hates women playing victim. She's been exactly that woman. Like, it makes me feel sick. She's exactly the woman she hates to talk about.
Literally.
No, but the thing is, I feel like you guys have to understand she's a content creator. So you can't judge her with the same...
But why is her followers not seeing she's exactly the woman?
Because she's speaking for them. Even though she's the exact woman that she claims to hate. She's their voice, basically. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, she defends men in that sense. So her followers...
This is a man who lost his job. They need to get his job back.
That's a good point.
Where's his voice?
Yeah.
We talk about the man's voice that we don't hear. Where's his voice?
Know. This is literally like, you've ruined a man's life. This man probably doesn't know what he's gonna do. You know, it could go into a spiral, depression. You don't know, and that's because of you and your lies. And I this is where you have to draw the line between content creation and real life. This 100%. Is real shit. people's real life. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I feel like when it's that, I honestly think that this needs to be taken seriously. Like there needs to be a petition for him to get his job back, because this is money. Like, you're affecting someone's livelihood. I just don't get why this can run and she can just basically use her power and click and just say whatever she wants and they would just listen to her.
And we also know racism and employment is still an issue. So now for him to get employed somewhere else, and he's a black male, it's going to be even harder.
Exactly. All
for views and all for clout and all for money.
No, that's
it's
definitely
sad.
crossing the line, to be honest.
Yeah. And I do want her followers to see this, because this is the people she's advocating for.
No, but also, I'm sorry, her followers, who majority, I'm assuming, are older white men who...
No, some black men follow her. And that's why I need to make it
No, but
clear.
majority of her followers are probably like, you know, these men that have clearly no attention from women. I don't know. They're not going to care, or they're not going to care about this man who's just lost his job. Do you get what I mean? It's just sad. And they're going to blindly follow her.
Yeah.
And because I was told, sorry to cut you, I was told that she had one of her men, whatever the followers are, the groupies, they pay a lot of money, right, for her little subscription. And I was told that she was actually really scared to video call him and speak to him, and this guy pays, I think, £500 a month or $550, something ridiculous, just to talk to her for half an hour. And she was actually scared because he might, like, you know, be obsessed with her. Why are you me tooing him for? Why are you not like, he's probably thinking you're supporting men, and he finally has a woman that, you know, might appreciate him, but actually you're feeling the same, and if anything, just on camera you have a completely different opinion on men. But the reality is you're not actually there.
Voice.
You're not, and it's sad, because it's sad that some men genuinely, you know, I get it, we all been hurt in the past and blah blah. It's sad that men are coming to her platform to now have this extra division against women, when actually the majority of women and majority of men, we can coexist very peacefully and happily.
Exactly. We love men.
There's a lot of and there's a lot of submissive women, and there's a lot of alpha men in the world that aren't on the internet talking nonsense, because they're going about their lives perfectly. But I think it's just sad that there's a platform out here to tarnish women or to tarnish men. Like, we genuinely can coexist, and maybe because I'm Muslim, maybe if everyone picked up the Quran and actually studied and said, oh yeah, let's pick up these roles, because the Quran tells a man exactly how to act. It tells a woman exactly how to act. And if you abide by it, there's a lot of peace. So maybe that's why I find it so crazy that we have platforms that are like dissing men or dissing women, because if you actually learn, like, you know, traditional roles and just did it, the world would be a better place.
And just to go back to this concierge situation, so I actually read the comments and the stuff she was saying. A lot of people were saying he's at work, he needed to be professional, he shouldn't have gone on the live with me, he shouldn't have let me come into the building. And I'm like, first of all, the fact that there's not been any complaints made about me, why does he feel the need to have an issue with me, right? And just because he's at work does not mean he can't have an opinion. And in his defense, he doesn't think this is real life. He's thinking this is a podcast. He's not thinking this crazy girl is going to spin a narrative to now make me lose my job. He's just thinking, oh yeah, that she's not happy about a podcast. She's not even supposed to be running a podcast in there anyways. He's just thinking it's all entertainment. So let me have my own views. That's what entertainment's about, right? Everybody having their own opinion. In his defense, how can you even see him foreseeing all of this? He's done it innocently. Obviously, he's a man of integrity to think, you know what, just because actually, like, she lives here does not mean I have to agree with everything she does. That's all it was. The fact that she's now taking it to this extent, I don't think that's fair. And then to put it on him and say he's not being professional, I don't really agree with that. But what do you guys think about that?
I mean, it's 50-50. You can argue that he's not being professional, but it depends on what it states in his contract. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Some contracts are more lenient with certain things. You can talk to guests, you can have downtime, but some contracts you have to do whatever it is that's required of you. So I feel like it's 50-50. Technically, he's not doing his job by going on TikTok. Do you know what I mean? Like, even this...
It wasn't TikTok, it was live. But
Yeah,
I guess
do you
that
get what I'm
is
trying
on
to say? Like,
camera,
even
yeah.
like there's some concierges you can't be on your phone. Like, that's violating the terms of your contract. But a lot of people are on their phone because their managers are lenient. But if you were to be pulled up on that, in your contract, it would say you can't be on your phone. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's a bit technical in that sense.
Yeah. But I do think if Pearl didn't say anything, it wouldn't be an issue. Because they can see on camera, it was probably on his break anyways. I think the whole issue with Pearl was because he agreed with me. So if he's gone out and be like, oh yeah, she's right, sorry, like you are a bit of a dickhead, I think Pearl would be like, yeah, even the security. And that's what she done with Destiny, because Destiny was on my live and the other girl, no issue. It's like, oh yeah, thanks Destiny. Destiny had my back. That's the reaction she had. But because the security agreed with what I said, suddenly he's helping me stalk her.
You know what it is? She exactly depicts what a feminist modern woman is. Literally. It was
That's
her
true,
ego
yeah.
that got him fired.
Yeah.
Because modern feminist women sit there saying, you know what, you've annoyed me, like Thatcher. I'm going to show you. Thatcher led one of the worst wars in the world. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like certain women that are so in their masculine energy have to push it to the max and make the worst because they need to, for their egos, to calm their egos down. And that's what she did. Yeah. That's why she got him fired.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to lie, we've seen in Carnival police, dance around. Do you get what I mean? We know police are meant to be one of the, biggest law enforcement act, professional all times. You know, they break it down at Carnival you've seen concierge at hotels. Yeah, they might, or you even waiters. They give you a drink, you might buy them a drink. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Humans at the end of the day, but to go to that extent to get him fired, maybe a warning. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
don't do
fired
it
that's a
to
piss
get him
take.
fired,
That's
it's a bit
crossing the line.
I mean, like, to me, Pearl's a whole Karen. She is the unhinged feminist that she calls other women.
Yeah, 100%.
That's her.
100%.
She is that woman.
I hear what you're saying.
It's
I can't
just
even
so
argue
sad
against that.
It's just so sad that her platform cannot see how she is everything that she cusses a woman for. And maybe that's what it is, because I feel like maybe Pearl got bullied when she was younger. Maybe she was, because she calls me a fat whale. Or like, I would never have to go online to troll Pearl. Like, do I think she's on my level? No. Do I feel like I need to bully her?
Talking on people's
No, but that's what I'm saying. Do I need to bully her? I will happily be this fat whale, and I'm so much happier being me than looking like her. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. Do I need to go on platforms to troll her? No, I don't. Do I need to comment? No. Do I need to make videos against her? No, I don't. But the fact that she feels like so anyway, I feel like she's been heavily bullied, maybe by women, maybe by pretty girls. I don't know. Maybe she wasn't picked in this college or whatever they do in the US, the high school, and maybe she's got this big agenda against any woman or females.
And she uses she follows basically for society stereotype. So she'll call you a whale to try and make you look like you're a big woman. Me, she's trying to paint me as an angry black woman. That's why she's talking about she's scared and all these emotive words to try and make me look like I'm angry. And I even have to bring it back to the situation. If I'm this angry black woman, and because she claims that I came to threaten her, right? Why didn't I threaten her? Why would I come to a place with cameras to threaten her?
She needs to know. Listen, in London, there's a lot of people that could have done a lot of. You don't need to come to the concierge.
Well, there's a camera as well. How stupid do I have to be to come and threaten someone? Where do you know where their cameras? And I didn't even go to the private area. If I really was on smoke, I will find my way into that lift. Do you know what I mean? Why didn't I go there? Why didn't I actually speak to you? You're the one that even came to me. She's the one that spoke to me. I didn't even say nothing to her. So it's like, it's not making sense. And then even she's saying that she was scared of me. Bro, I'm half your size. What are you scared of?
And I think it's really interesting that Eddie said that she wants to bring on like majority women panelists that are feminists. Because she wants to obviously show on the internet that 100% of these women, modern women, are delusional and this and that and blah blah. And I think it's just so damaging to society that she's going to paint this picture when majority women are we cater to our men.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
We happily will cater to our men. It's just sad that men these days might not be doing what men are meant to be doing. But like I said, my culture, tradition, men are different. Asian men, even in the UK, and some of them are adopting Western mindset, and they are coming off their roles a bit. Do you get what I mean? But majority of them that are sticking to their traditional self and core, they're sticking and being good men.
Yeah, I heard that.
Say anything to that?
No, I'm
I'm
overwhelmed, man. This is crazy.
It's a lot,
the fact that he
isn't
lost
it?
his job is a bit crazy.
That's mad.
Like I said, I understand people do content, and whatever your content topic is fine. But when it's affecting people's lives, that's you're crossing the line, yeah.
And then just to put the cherry on the top, this overdramatic woman. So basically on a Sunday, she tweets, I want to box Esther. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji.
Yeah.
This is the same girl that says she's scared of Esther, making someone lose her job. Now she wants to box me. This is like putting into perspective how much this girl is just about views and clout and entertainment. That she will literally say anything just to get views.
But isn't that a threat? Isn't she threatening?
Isn't that a threat? Exactly.
Because that is physical contact she's threatening
Bro,
with.
I was confused when I saw that. I was
You might have to call Baba.
I'm the one that's stalking you, but you want to box me. You're threatening me. Honestly, my emotions when I saw that, I was like, wow. I'm scared. I'm actually like this. Okay, now this girl is worrying for me. And it's the fact that she's trying to paint me as something. Now she wants to box me. But I'm not going to lie, I'm a Niger girl. If anybody stepped to me, I have to handle business, yeah? She said she wants to box me. I was ready. I was like, okay. I literally added bouncer straight away. I was like, come on, let's get in the ring. Like, I'm ready if you're ready. And then, basically, we've done this. We're all waiting for her.
Yeah.
Pearl didn't say anything, right? And then she ended up tweeting, let me read it. She tweeted like a couple hours after, she said, guys, I'm kidding. I have no interest in seeing that crazy lady again. Ha ha ha. How would she follow the rules of boxing when she can't even follow the rules of a podcast? I am good. This was after I said, I'm ready. Yeah. I don't know if she thought like I was going to be scared of the master. Like maybe everyone else, maybe Auntie Jenny and all those people around you are so scared of you. I'm not scared. You don't pay my rent, you know? Like at the end of the day, it's all podcast for me. Like that's what it is. It's not that deep for me. But if you say you want to box, let's go. And then obviously now she's chickening out, saying, yeah, I won't follow the rules and that's why she don't want to box. Sorry, what are you scared of? Like, do you know what I mean? You say you want to box me, what are you scared? Why are you scared, Pearl? You want smoke, let's go. Get on the ring, let's go. I don't see why you're scared. I think it'll be good entertainment, actually. You love entertainment so much, let's do this. We can both get paid, why not?
Yeah, but she knows she'll get her jaw dislocated. She knows that. Do you get what I mean? Like, no matter how tall she is, no matter what, so...
I mean, there was a lot of discussions around it where people were saying who's going to win. Like, Danav was commentating. She was like, Pearl, 6 foot, athlete. And obviously me, Niger girl. That's what you need to know. Who's going to win, innit? Yeah. And obviously I'm lean as well. So they were like, who's going to win? Obviously the mandem, some of them were saying Pearl would beat me because she's an athlete. But me, I back myself in it. I always back myself at the end of the day. Yeah. Niger girl know they carry last. Like, we don't go into things thinking I'm going to lose in it. So that's all I could say. And I'm not even saying I'm going to win. I'm not going to say I'm going to lose. All I'm just saying is I'm going to do what I need to do. That's it.
All right, I heard that.
But who do you think would win, though?
I don't know. I have no idea. Pearl is very athletic, but I don't know if she can fight. So that's just being tall and athletic doesn't give you the upper hand necessarily. Exactly. Yeah.
And obviously, in the world of boxing, you guys can't go against each other anyway because of the height difference and the weight classes. But regardless, I want to see it off. I want to see it off of boxing. I want to know because I feel like it's different when it's not boxing. You know, if someone was to instigate something, do you get what I mean? It's very different. Your emotions, everything will be out to play.
Yeah,
you know, do you get what I mean?
would never do that because I don't want them saying I'm an aggressive.
Oh, you're a lot better than me. I'll tell you that. You're a lot better than me.
No, I'd have to do it professionally. I think then I can let my anger out. Then I can be like, okay, let's do this. But I wouldn't catch her on side. But in terms of social media boxing though, Bouncer said, yeah, we can do. Bouncer's ready. Bouncer's waiting for her. So I'm thinking, why are you chickening out? Girl, you be all talk and no action. That's all I be seeing. Talking for your little followers.
I think she just needs to retract her statement. It's gone way past a joke or it's gone way past like just content now. She just needs to retract a statement or release a new statement to be like, let's squash it and let's leave it. Because
I just pray there's a day when all these men wake up and realize that she's not.
That's a reach.
No, honestly, I feel like they need to all wake up. Like Eddie said, I'm not. It's not that I'm anti-women or anti-men. I'm very traditional in my mindset in the sense that what I am my core. The fact that she picked up little fights with me over something. Again, maybe she realised her followers, if they genuinely looked at my content or wanted to know my mindset, they might agree with me. Do you get what I mean? And her millions that she worked so hard to gain, they might actually agree with me. But yeah, she's... and she sat there with whatever that auntie is, looking, trying to find a picture of me to show her followers. I don't have any pictures of my nyasha. I don't do firstly I'm religious. Do you get what I mean? I've got my family. I respect my family, my values, like my core values. You won't find content like that of me anyway. But it's like the fact that you tried to troll me, you can't. I just think it's really sad that the men won't grow up to see that she's not, and they're wasting their money. They're actually wasting their money.
They're paying to see women get put in their place, and a lot of people think that's good value for money.
But it's so sad. It's so sad. Because you know what it is that's not how you put women in their place. A lot of women will submit to a man who is a man. There's a lot of women. Look at it this way, yeah? So if I've grown up and I've been bullied, and there is a bull, and I can pay to see somebody put a bully in their place. So sad.
But like for me, I'm like, I remember my experiences when I was bullied. And even though that's not the same bully, it gives me joy to be like...
But you're still a dork though. Like Andrew Tate says... I don't really agree fully with everything Andrew Tate says, but one thing I do agree with is when he holds men accountable and say like, you're a dork. If you are literally sitting there wanting the downfall of women, why would a woman want you? You're still not going to get laid. Yeah. Women are still going to look at you like, ew, who is that? Do you know what I'm trying to say? The best revenge, if you were bullied, is to go to the gym, go get big and be like, listen, I want to see that bully again. I want to be face to face to you. That's how you really fight a bully. You don't sit there and be like, oh yeah, someone else bully. So you'd rather watch Pearl bully other people and your life is still shit.
I think it's just so sad because I feel like, and I can say this with my whole chest, if men were meant to do what they're doing and were traditional men and, financially providing for a woman and taking care of her, I can almost guarantee 99% women will be submissive. Agreed. And they will take... They will listen, because even a lot of women...
I don't know. I'll let you finish. Go on.
So I feel like I grew up in the era where the feminist movement was interjecting us, like 16, 17-year-old me was like, do you know what? I want to make my own money. I want to be independent. I want to do all of this. A lot of my friends had the same mindset. Like, you know what? we don't need men because plus we've come from houses of trauma. We've realized that when men are in power, some of them can be abusive. Some of them might beat women. Some of them might, take advantage. Do you get what I mean? So we grew up saying, you know what? We don't want this for ourselves, especially our cultures and our faiths. It might be like, where men overdo it. So yeah, we grew up saying we don't need a man. A lot of my friends, I've never been that because obviously the pick me in me has to. I love men. I've got 9 brothers for goodness sake. Do you get what I mean? So I was never like, I've always wanted to have a children at 16. I wanted to have 9 kids. I wanted to, be all in that. Whereas my friends were like, no, I want to be career driven. Yeah. They've grown up now in their like late 20s, coming up to their 30s, saying no, actually, I just want a man to take care of me. 100%. Because we realise that, it's not even that. It's you can make all the money you want, but it's not you. Women naturally, we want to take care of our family. We want to nurture. We want to take care of children. Whether maternal or not, we always like, even if it's friends. Do you get what I mean? We like taking care of our friends. A lot of women don't want to feel lonely, and we are starting to feel lonely. Exactly. And so much that where women are actually saying, you know what, our previous generation might have wanted feminism to this extent. Actually, we just want this. We want to have our freedom to be able to get the same pay as a man if we're in the same role, but we want our men to be men and we can be like women. Do you get what I mean? A lot of people...
I hear what you're saying, but listen, like, even if a man plays his role, like, there's always going to be women who take advantage.
No, there's
regardless,
some women
and it's just a ripple effect.
Do you know what it is?
Do you know what I mean?
There's some women definitely.
Just give an example though of what you're saying.
Like you're saying, okay, so what you're saying, if men played their position and they provided for women, Are you talking about women they're with, women they're dating? What type? Like, if a man goes on a date with 3 women.
See, I don't do dating. I don't come from a culture.
Marriage.
Yeah, I don't come from a culture of dating. I swear to God.
Fair enough.
And I swear to God, when I first experienced this whole, I told you, I tried doing this online. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to have talking stage. I don't want to be taken to this diner, like where you're wowing me, dining me to then cut me off. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not for me. Are you going to marry me or not? End of story. Do you get what I mean?
All right, fair enough.
So when these people are talking about dating, multiple dating, I don't do multiple dating. I don't do talking stages.
So from your perspective, if people cut out the dating stage, and they would do what? Like, they would just... You'll
marry... Like, for example, if Esther's got a friend, just say she's got a male friend. Oh, you know what? I think he'll be good for you. Yeah? Cool, we might go for a coffee. Or it might be our families get involved.
Yeah.
I get my family, he gets his family, they talk to each other. They might...
So a bit like an arranged
marriage. Like, you say, and then you say, cool, if you do want to go the dating, just say a bit more modern, you might go for a coffee. It doesn't mean you physically can demand... sex. Do you get what I mean? You can't physically, and if you can't physically demand a woman to get into your bed, no one's hurt. This is what men don't realize. No one is hurt. If you take a girl to a coffee and you don't like her and you tell her, do you know what, you're not my vibe. You don't need to physically do anything with her. On your way. Do you get what I mean?
You know, this is what I really need to highlight. Soraya is not really a feminist like that. Like, I don't understand how Pearl can even draw her out.
Yeah, like you twisted.
Soraya came on my show saying that she would be okay with her man having multiple wives. How the hell can you now display someone like that as a feminist? That's why Pearl's content don't make sense to me. And even me, I'm a feminist in the sense that I feel like I want to work just because I don't want to rely on a man emotionally and financially. However, this new age of feminism, of women thinking they can be shaking yash on Instagram and a man can take them serious, me, I don't agree with that. I really, I hold women accountable as well. And that's, do you know what the funny thing is, the red pill people hate me because I will hold men accountable, and the angry men and trash women, they hate me as well. In fact, I get a lot of hate from women because I will call them out. Like, I did a video well, I don't actually want to name names. I did a video basically saying there's double standards with Andrew Tate because people are trying to call out Andrew Tate and cancel him, but there are women saying that, oh, literally, he has to put a deposit down before he takes you on a date. To me, that's you're literally making yourself a prostitute. Because why is a man paying to take you on a date? Saying things like, you should send me money before we can go on a date. Or if your man is not sending you weekly allowance, is he your man? Sorry, is he your bank account? Is he your father? I'm not going to name names, but there are a lot of women doing that. We're uplifting that. But a man says, I want a young woman. We say, oh yeah, basically he's ageist. And we want to call them out, but we're not going to call the women that are basically trying to turn men into bank accounts. So to me, I actually call out both sides. It's just when I go on Pearl's show, because they're so one-sided, I automatically have to now defend women.
Or they trigger you. They know exactly
that's what it is. They trigger you. That's what, because basically what you both have just said will be things Pearl agrees with, which which is why Eddie brought you on the show. But even though that's what you're there for, all you have to do is say one thing she doesn't agree with, and that becomes a narrative.
Do you know what's sad? Obviously, I didn't want to speak about it on her podcast because obviously it wasn't a safe space for me. But when I was younger, I was sexually abused, right? By a trusted member.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, from the external family. Thank you. And because I was a child, completely, I was like 6, 7
Jesus
at the time.
Christ.
So I was young. It wasn't that I was attracting him. I wasn't doing nothing for it. Like, he's delusional of his mind. And before Auntie Jenny asked, yes, I have reported it to police. So it has happened, right?
I think that's bullshit.
That is definitely bullshit, to be fair.
What do you mean? A lot of women don't report it because they don't feel safe. They don't feel like...
and they're scared and traumatized.
Of course. There's racism in the police force anyway. So black women don't even feel like they'll be taken seriously. I know friends myself that have gone to the police and nothing happened. In fact, it makes them feel more unsafe because now they've gone to the police. The police is saying nothing. Do you know what I mean? And imagine the abuse of finding out that you've gone to the police and then nothing would even be done. I'm thinking,
no, but that's exactly what happened. Nothing happened. But the thing is obviously, luckily, that was my conversation to be able to have with my family. So when that happened, I finally, because I took the courage to go to the police and report it, and then I got to speak to my family about it. Obviously, they weren't aware of the situation. The reason why I made the comment about men harassing or all of that is because I know how vulnerable I felt. Forget even as a child, because when you're a child, the mindset you have then, the mindset I have now, it's the same person. Do you get what I mean? So whether you're a child or not, the vulnerability I felt, I can imagine how vulnerable now it is for women to walk the streets and be harassed. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And some men don't take no for an answer. We grew up in a society where I was able to have safe spaces if I needed to, or go to my friend's house or whatever. Whereas there's kids in other countries that don't have that protection. There's women that don't have that. There's women that are in abusive marriages that can't leave because that's all they know. There's no infrastructure for them to even work. Here, whether we leave, we can be on benefits or whatever, but there's a safety net. That was the only point. But she then took the narrative, I'm me tooing. Like, even from my experiences, I have not hated men because my dad was such an amazing father, amazing male model in my life. I could not say that he's the same as the other abuser. Do you get what I mean? So because I can see the different ends of the male scope, as you say, I can value good men.
Of course.
And I've grown to still respect and love men, but she wanted to spin this narrative,
So what we're speaking of in the last part, basically the fact that it's just an agenda. So it doesn't matter what your belief is. As soon as you fit into an agenda, you're a single mum, you're a black woman, as long as you fit into her agenda, she will spin it just to entertain her audience, which is bullshit.
Yeah, I feel like that's a piss take. I feel like I'm gonna have to talk to her because I don't know. I feel like you can have a structure, even the red pill, like it makes sense. But a lot of what you say are things she agrees with, and the fact that doesn't matter to her as long as you're saying one thing out of, let's say you agree on 9 things, but the one thing you don't agree with, she's gonna take that and blow it up as if that's who you are. And that's what represents you. That's just, I don't know. I don't respect that, to be honest.
I just wanted to make a point because I wanted Auntie Jenny to actually clarify this because I feel like, again, her followers didn't pick up on this. Her maths is not mathsing. I swear to God.
Why? What did she say? What?
So we were talking about relationships and dating, the episode that we were meant to be on, that it was meant to be only about cheating. And she said that when she was working in a bus garage, she was the manager and that she was dating the guy who was a driver. And the only reason she found out he was cheating is because the girlfriend called in and said, oh, can I speak to my boyfriend so-and-so, right? She then later went on to say that she went on a date in a cinema and the guy was like trying to take her to the back seats and she was like, no, something like about back seats or whatever. So I asked her, so when was this? Like, because later she went on to say that she was in a 30-year relationship.
A 30-year relationship?
A 30-year relationship.
Right, okay.
Now, the reason why the maths is not mathsing, she's saying she's 50-something. She's saying she had her son at 17. She's saying she met her new lover, her boyfriend, at 19. When in that time, because we know as a teenage mum, to get a job, especially as a manager of a bus garage, back then, where racism and anti-women movements were, do you get what I mean? Where it was a patriarchal society. Where did you become the bus garage? Where did you have the time to get cheated on? When did you have time to find this new relationship? So I don't know, something about the maths was not mathsing, but not a single person picked up on that. Like, how are you saying you're a traditional core woman who claims that her relationship is like a marriage, but then you're clearly seeing other men?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So is it that you're in an open relationship? Because that's very feminist. Because I swear to God, I have these debates with my friends. They'll be like, well, if he's seen a girl, I'll see another guy. And I'm just like, no, polygyny is very different because the male biological system is very different compared to us women. So, but it's the feminist friends of mine that might be like, no, if he's dating a girl, I'm dating a guy. If that's what Auntie Jenny's doing, she's definitely more feminist than she claims.
And actually adding on to the maths is not maths, and I hope you followers have actually added this up. Pearl only actually dates black men, if you guys don't know. I don't know if she likes white guys too, but all you white guys in the comments thinking that she's going to choose you, you don't have a chance. And how do we know this? You know about this as well, don't you?
Well, we know that she was her famous TikTok billionaire.
The beautiful man that she was dating, the black man that even was like, I don't want anything to do with her. Everybody knows about him. And I actually have inside knowledge as to the men that she's having coitus with as well. I'm not going to drop
Christ.
names because I'm not that messy, but just laying it out there for you guys. I just really wanted to say that because I think a lot of her followers, they don't actually realize that that's not the person that she presents is not the real her. She's doing it just for entertainment. And then they get all in their emotions thinking that this is real life when it's actually just entertainment. So please, you guys, especially with your hate comments, realize that it's literally just entertainment. Stop bashing all these women in the comments, like putting down women, because Pearl doesn't even care. She doesn't even care about you.
And sometimes, I swear to God, sometimes just pick up a book. Forget the internet. I swear to God, pick up a book.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get a hobby. I just feel like it's really sad that there's men out there watching 2 hours of this person bash women out of entertainment. Like, I don't even watch Love Island.
really
I swear to God, I don't even watch Love Island.
Yeah.
I don't watch reality TV shows like that. If I listen to podcasts, it has to be conversations that I'm going to learn from.
Yeah, I
like,
get you.
you know, I'm not even on socials like that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But just pick up a book.
But trust me, there's a lot of disenfranchised men out there that like they need people. They need to have a voice. Like I know you think it's sad, and I get that from a woman's perspective. But I know a lot of guys who get walked all over by women, even alpha men. Like there's a lot of people who invest time into women and they lose. They catch an L.
Do you know what?
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Invest in me. I swear
No,
to
I'm
God.
But you're like
I'm
the exception. Do you
No,
know what I
no,
mean?
no, no,
People.
Even me, I love men, and I completely agree with what you're saying. I do think a lot of women, we are creating these incel men, and I don't want to call them incels. Let me not call them incels. This red pill people, because a lot of women are just horrible.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes like you don't like short men. Even Pearl's horrible. Pearl says she doesn't date men that are 5'5".
Yeah.
How can you say things like that? There's
Yeah.
like, how many ratio of men are like above 5'5"? Or
So that's a preference, I guess, but it's still
preference,
put.
but
Yeah.
it's like things that women say sometimes. It's like, give him a chance. Like, oh, I get this whole you need a man to pay on a first date. I get things like that, but
Funny thing is, I would pay. I would, and it's not even me being a feminist. It's me being a people pleaser. Do you get what
But
I
that's
mean?
what I'm saying. Most men don't come across women like you on a daily basis.
But there are a lot of women like us.
Yeah.
I think they're wanting these unattainable women when they should just
Not even. Sorry, you do have a point. There's a lot of men who go for unattainable women, or they go for like high maintenance women. Yes, that's true. But even just normal, regular women, like I know a lot of guys, man, who put in work and they still catch L's, and they then start spinning the narrative.
I'm not gonna lie. Become Muslim, and there's a lot of Muslim women. There's a lot of Muslim women that will cater to your needs because it's not
I
good
think
enough.
more than anything, it's not even just that. It's also about a man working on himself. Like even on Love Island, there's Tanya and Shaq is basically getting walked all over by Tanya, and I think that's dumb. Like, bro, you need to know your worth. Like, once a woman starts treating you like shit, treating you like your second option, walk away. Don't even deal with that BS, because if you keep taking it, she's gonna think that she can keep riding all over you. That moment, be like, listen, I'm a king. I know my worth, and I'm going to just work on myself and be better. And I think that's literally the only way for you to even attract good women. Once you have that confidence in yourself. Because I even mentioned this on Pearl's show. The reason a lot of like this 40% of men aren't getting sex, right, is genuinely because they don't have confidence in themselves. It's not like they actually reported that they've been in situations where they could have sex. They just didn't feel like they could do it. So you just need to, as a man, just work on your own confidence. Believe in yourself. I can do this. I can make money. I can be stronger. That's all you need to do. You don't need people like Pearl giving her money. That's not going to make you feel better. Just work on yourself and believe in yourself. A lot of men are, like, sometimes I see them and think, how are you not confident? Like, someone like Shaq, I'm thinking, you are whole spice. Like, women should be dying at your feet. But the way he's moving, like, of course a woman's not going to put respect on him.
But that's an important point. You could be as pretty as you want. You could be you could be ugly, but it's your presence. As a man, it's the presence you put off. Do you get put out there? Do you get what I mean? So you could be good looking, you could be ugly, but it's the way you dominate the stage, you dominate the floor. So maybe that's what it is. He might be handsome, but he just doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't
give off
not his worth, and this is why I just need to. Obviously, women be nice to men. Like I'm like a softie with men, innit? Like even if I don't like you, I don't feel the need to be rude to men.
Yeah.
I actually fight my girls when a guy tries to chat to them. and then they insulting him. I'm thinking, who are you? Like, why do you think you can talk to him like that? Like, just be nice, even if you don't like him. Make a lie up, say I've got a man or something. There's no need to be disrespectful or rude. And this is something I fight girls for. So please, girls, let's just be nicer, because it's not helping our society when women are hating men and men are hating women. It's not help. We can all work together.
It's just a divide.
Literally.
It is a double-edged sword, to be fair, because the men do that, and the men create the women create the types of men. It goes back and forth, to be honest with you. But
you mentioned that.
Yeah, and I just feel like it's sad, because obviously women are now saying they need to financially protect themselves. They need to get that Chanel bag because he's gonna, like, you know, fuck and duck. Sorry, I don't know if you can swear on this. But you know, and then men are now saying, oh, women only want materialistic. Oh God. I just think it's so sad that society's become so hypersexual and so materialistic. And it's like, because even when I was younger, I used to say to my friends, even male friends, you're looking at her beauty, you're not looking at her values, you're not looking at her core, you're not looking at, she's going to nurture and raise your children. Like, what qualities does she have as a woman?
Do you know what? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
To be fair, a lot of women say that. A lot of women say that to me, right? But I think it all depends on the experience, because from when I started meeting girls, that's all we ever did. So if there's nowhere else to learn from, that's all we ever look for. So like from the age of 13, for example, linking, the only thing you do is link somebody, take them back to your house. That's it. And because that's your norm, that's your normality, that can continue onto your 25, 26, 27. Even though everybody else around you is dating, but what you know from the minute you started interacting with girls is just linking.
But
men need to sort that out as well. No. They need to, like, the point that you make about these men that are not respecting women, they're creating these hyper masculine hyper masculine women that are now thinking, the city girls, they're creating them because city girls that actually hurt girls. They're girls that have cried over men over and over, and that's been cheated on over and over again. Even JT, bro, she has a baby daddy. She always talks about the stuff she's been through with him. And the reason now she's like, fuck men, scamming men, because she's been through it with men. And it's like, can men also take accountability and actually be like, let's treat women better? And then you'll stop getting all these women that just want you for your money. Because what it is, it's a trauma response. When you're going through all this, like, bad things with men, you don't now want to be the victim anymore. You're like, fuck it. You know what? I'm going to be the villain. You know what? I'm going to hurt his feelings. I want someone else to feel the same pain that I feel. So it's like, let's just all take it all back.
You know what?
Maybe you're right. Maybe not 10 Muslims.
No, do you know what? Because the more I have these conversations, the more even I learn. Because obviously, like I said, I didn't come from a culture like this. Asian culture or Muslim culture, you don't link women and take them back to your house. My household, even my brothers that are now 28, 29, will not just bring their girlfriends to take to their rooms. Do you get what I mean? See, if a man was to ever get a woman pregnant, you marry them. There is no huffing and puffing. There's no multiple baby mums. It's multiple wives. Do you get what I mean? And wives comes with responsibility. And I feel like maybe that's what society needs to do, is change the culture we have, like this linking culture, this I don't know who we are. Because in Asian or Muslim culture, just say, the minute you say, that's my girl, you're marrying her. The families are involved, you're marrying her. If I ever bring my family have only met one man in my life, and they're, potentially only going to ever meet one man in my life. Do you get what I mean? And the minute my daughter grows up and is bringing home a person, that's who she's marrying. Like, I'm not having this, you might change your mind later. No, you better come with, I'm investing in one person emotionally. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
And I think that's what's sad, is because obviously, like, sometimes I reflect and I think, if I adhered to my religion a lot more, a lot of pain that I've ever felt would have gone. If people around me adhered to my religion a lot more, a lot of pain around us would have gone. Do you get what I mean? Even arguments, like just general stuff that it teaches you not to do. If you it completely goes. So a lot of society will be fixed again. And oh my God, they might think I'm an extreme terrorist.
I agree with what you're saying. Like, I've actually spoken about this. Bring back arranged marriage. Like, it's not working. This whole love marriages, men aren't being men anymore. You're not getting wined, you're not getting dined 69 anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, men do that. No,
I'm
actually, I can't say from my experience.
You literally said it yourself.
Yeah.
They're linking women now.
Yeah, fair
you're
enough.
linking 100 women, not giving them any prospect of protection, security. It's not happening anymore. Like, women are now going through like this. Oh my God, this guy I'm seeing, he just wants me to fuck. Like, now you speak to a guy, the first thing they're telling you is to come to my house. Yeah. Sorry,
but that's what listen. There's villains on both sides, like you said earlier. So, like, for example, my boy was telling me the other day, it's like he's met a girl on Hinge, and she's like, they both live far, and she's like, okay, so wherever we go, it has to be close to me. I don't want to travel far. Yeah. And he's like, okay, you don't want to travel far, but you want me to travel far. For example, do you know what I mean? It's just like, do you feel what I'm trying to say?
But I think because men are they're the superior of society. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Men are the ones that control everything.
You can't say that. Because then people like him are going to be, if he has multiple interactions like that with women, he's going to be like, fuck women. And then he's going to treat...
Once the head, because that's what they like to say in religious terms, right?
Yeah.
The man is the head.
Yeah.
Once the head start acting right, the bottom, or whatever you call a woman, I don't know, the subordinate, I don't think we're subordinate. However, once the head start acting right, everything else will fall into place.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I do think men need to do their part, women need to do their part. Yeah. And if men start being men, women, like, if you have a man that provides financial security, even me as a woman that I like to work, if you make me feel like you're not gonna just leave me, you're gonna have my back till the end, I will happily be like, I'll quit.
But there are
job.
some men who do that.
Babe, let me come and be stay at home, mom.
Nah, there are some men who, like, yesterday I was watching a video on Instagram, and it was a guy who was the topic was about a transgender person, but what he did, I was like, that's to me, that's not cool, because him and his boys were out at Radio Rooftop Bar, and they saw a couple of girls, and they just paid for the bill. Okay. Which is cool. Do what you need to do, and if that's what you feel like you need to do, cool. I find that corny personally, because they don't even know you exist, and that's to me, that's your only way to access them, as opposed to just saying hi or introducing yourself. To you, you're like, the only way I could actually get their attention is to pay their bill. But when you do that, there are men who do that. I'll cover the bill, I'll buy you and the girls drinks and stuff like that. That is then going to set an expectation for them to expect that from all other men. And other men who don't agree with that would then start disliking women like that who want that of them. But that's happening because there are men out there who do that. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Do you know what I feel like it's really sad is society has made it
Things
where
have changed,
where men are now, they can't be men. And then we're angry at men for not being men. Men are angry at us for not being women.
That's true.
Yeah.
But it's society.
It is literally society.
And Andrew Tate did say something, which I didn't completely agree with, but he did say, we should just take it all back to the days.
No, if we could. Honestly,
now it's an experiment, right?
Yeah.
We're changing so much things.
Yeah.
And, like, in terms of homes are being broken, women aren't feeling respected, men aren't feeling respected. So it's like, back then, even though, you know what, we had the fact that women weren't being paid the same and all those issues. However, we had a lot less issues. So I'm like, maybe that's what we need to do.
Do you know who?
But guys, sorry, I do need to close this. So final words. Yeah.
Just what I said before. I feel like Pearl's content, to me, I get, which is the reason why I went on the first time. I get why she's doing what she's doing. A lot of what she says, I agree with, or I agreed with initially. I still partially agree with it, but I feel like anybody making content needs to draw the line whenever it's affecting somebody's personal life. And I feel like defamation of character can't be something that you do as a content creator, like calling you a stalker or a crazy person. I mean, I know there are throwaway words, which is fair enough, but somebody might take it upon themselves to do something to you because of what she said, but also vice versa. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it's banter and it's online, it's fine, it's cool. Like, you guys, like the boxing thing, it's like, it can be laughed about. But if it becomes like a serious threat, I feel like people, specifically Pearl, needs to know how to draw the line and remain professional, in my opinion, to be fair.
Agreed.
I feel like women haven't realised how much their lives have become harder because of, like, just say this feminist movement, which is now making women have to do 4 roles. For example, when a child is born, it's the duty of the father and the mother, but men can up and leave, no responsibility. We can try get child maintenance, but there should have been a society like pushing men to have to be like, they should frown upon men that leave their kids, whereas and we're frowning upon women who are raising these kids. Do you get what I mean? And it's so sad that women can't see their lives have been impacted more negatively because now they're feeding, taking care, doing everything, and it's sad that we're having this gender war when actually. You know, society has changed a lot. Society has made men and women have to go to the workplace. You know, it's made people come out of their norms and their what they should be in. And it's sad that people on the internet can't see people pushing certain agendas which don't need to be pushed. We don't need to hate each other. Yeah. You know,
just need to love each other.
Yeah, unity.
And then my final words, I will double down on this idea that what I said the last time, basically, women, especially black women, do not go on Pearl's show unless you're ready for that war. If you're the type that, you know what, you like war, you can step up to it, then go. But if you don't know anything about her show, if you get contacted by someone talking about someone with a big YouTube platform wants you to talk about relationship, please do not go. And I just need to, because what I noticed that Pearl is, she is a wolf in sheep's clothing. She comes across like, oh yeah, she just wants you to come on her show. It'll be good entertainment, because that's the way she approached me. And that's why I've gone the last 3 times, which now is the end of it. There's no coming back from someone kicking you off their podcast. And now the fact that the concierge has even lost his job because of this whole situation, there's no coming back from it, because honestly, you need to draw the line between entertainment and reality. And when it's like going from one to the other, no, we have to draw the line. So that's what I'm going to just double down on. Don't go on Pearl's show. It's not for black and ethnic women. It's just to try and drag and harass women, basically. And I'd have to double down on this. Pearl, you said you want to box me. You said it. It's out there. Now be about it, okay? Don't just be talking for your little followers. If you want to box me, get in the ring and let's do this. Okay. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this show. I feel like we've had quite good discussions from the men's perspective and the women's perspective. And guys, that's what it's going to be about. Like, I want to be chopping it up with everyone, getting everyone's perspective, and just, let's talk about everything. But guys, please come back next time, please, because the more people engage in this, the more it's going to give me the motivation to keep going. So please engage, and I want to see you guys next time. Bye.